Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is and this tank right here is the M4A3E2 Sherman Jumbo. Yeah, please don't fire at the beginning of a game. I always think that when people do that, they're going to start team killing other people, which is not fun, since I've had games that started like that, where people just start team killing each other in the spawn. But anyways, about the Jumbo. If I remember correctly, which I might not, but let's say I do, this was my first Tier 6 tank in World of Tanks. And I played it a lot. I ended up unlocking both the Easy 8 and the T29 from this, and I've had it elited for quite a while. I think I've played over 200 games in this, and in those 200 or so games, I learned quite a bit about this tank, and that pretty much made me stop liking this. Well, it's not that I don't like it, I just don't like to play it as much, really. The reason why is because it gets into Tier 8 games a lot, which is a problem for the Jumbo, because it is a slow medium, and it has poor penetration on its gun. And against Tier 8 tanks and most Tier 7 tanks, the armor just doesn't hold up, which is really the Jumbo's only advantage. When it gets into Tier 6 games, however, this is, well, it's really good in my opinion. Probably not as good as a KV-1S, but it's more fun to play in my opinion. As you can see, you can just rip apart lower tier tanks who can't really do anything to you. Also, when you're shooting at a Jumbo, I wouldn't go for the machine gun port because that's not a weak spot. I would look at the turret. If it's the stock turret, well, you're probably going to have to go for the commander's hatch, because the stock turret has a lot more armor than the upgraded turret does. If it's the upgraded turret, you can pretty much shoot it anywhere except for the gun mantlet, and it'll penetrate pretty much every time. I like to use it with the upgraded turret because I get to use the M4A3E2 gun with that. But I know other people who like to use the Jumbo with the stock turret and the 105 howitzer, but I don't really like to use that setup because I don't like how inconsistent HE damage is, and the high explosive anti-tank rounds have less penetration than the standard rounds of the M4A3E2 gun, which has pretty poor penetration to begin with. I've also seen people using the stock turret and the M1A1 gun, which might not be a bad idea, but it decreases the DPM of the tank because of the lower rate of fire of the M1A1 versus the M1A2. And the upgraded turret with the M1A2 gun is pretty much how I've played this the entire time I've had it. In all honesty, I wouldn't really recommend the Jumbo to anybody. If you're going down the American heavy tank line, I really recommend you go with the T1 and the M6. You're going to have a lot less frustration with the M6, in my opinion anyway, because you're going to have the 90mm gun, which has so much more penetration and alpha damage, and you're actually a heavy tank as opposed to a medium tank in the heavy tank's clothes, I guess you could call it. And plus, with the M6 line, you're going to have the 90mm gun unlocked for the T29, which is going to make playing that so much more bearable until you get the 105. Because I never played the T29 with the stock 76, but I've seen people play it, and they never do well. I can't imagine they have fun playing it with that gun either. But anyways, I managed to top both in damage and experience by at least half, and it was an okay game. I've had, well, I don't know if I've had better, but I've never had a game in the Jumbo that felt amazing. But that's just kind of the tank the Jumbo is, I guess. It's just an average tank that can be a lot of fun sometimes if you get the right matchup, even if you're not doing amazing. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and maybe I'll catch you next time. Happy hunting.